Yo, Cliffosaurs, welcome to your worst nightmare, baby. I'm looking at the wrong side of the phone. INFPs. Continuing on the thread of INFPs because I'm having a good time talking about y'all right now. Maybe I'm a little bit curious. Maybe I'm a little bit interested. So right here, I just bought this book. It's called Enneagrams. Why did I buy this book? Because I realized that all the personality types have different subtypes. What do I mean by subtypes? All the different personality types have types underneath. So like, for example, if you have INFJ, there's like the artist INFJ, there's the philosopher INFJ, there's the counselor INFJ, there's the, I don't know what other fucking INFJs there are. I'm sure there's many of them and you're all great. You're all very special and unique. I have noticed this and I started to become more interested in this when I realized that INFPs have different subtypes. Not all INFPs are the same. And I mean, y'all already know this. I don't have to tell you that. But how I see it is the MBTI is like the base. Like if you take a cake, right? You have vanilla, you have chocolate, you have strawberry cake. That's what the cake is, right? That's what the spongy part of the cake is. And the subtypes, right, of the personality type is the icing and the decoration and the flavors and the syrup and the fruit and the cracker and the chocolate. Whatever you put on the fucking cake is all the extra stuff that makes them different from each other. So for example, INFJs are chocolate. INFPs are strawberry. And then different INFJs have different icing, they have different fondant, they have different decorations. That's what makes them different, okay? And I noticed this with INFPs. This is one of the most obvious ones for me because I feel like INFPs are so obvious. They're like the most obvious type. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I just notice INFPs way more than everybody else. But to me, it's just always so obvious. Like there's all other types, I usually have to try to figure them out. But with INFPs, it's usually like, that's an INFP getting very upset with me for saying that they're easy to be recognized. I don't know if you heard there's a honk outside. But I don't know, I spot INFPs like pretty easily, especially female INFPs. They're so easy to notice just because they have such different style when they're walking around the street. And also I live in a city that's very INFP heavy. Like if you haven't been to Portland before, it's very INFP heavy. I had an argument with somebody on Facebook about this. Like they said that Portland, Oregon is an ISFP city. I would say to this person today, have you been to Portland, Oregon? And they said they did. But now that I've lived here for 7 years, I still stand by my statement. It's an INFP city, bro. ISFPs are not like the people here, bro. ISFPs can do well in the city. They can fit in pretty well. But at the end of the day, if you look at a person that's from Portland, you know, stands up for something they believe in. They're very, they like to protest. They like to color their hair. They're very intuitive. They love arts. They love music. It's all very INFP. ISFPs, their reality is grounded in reality, okay? Not saying that INFPs have unrealistic expectations, but it's just like ISFPs are more about like just living day-to-day life stuff rather than, you know, but then I could be wrong. I think ISFPs maybe have fought for causes before, but I have not seen too many ISFPs that are really like outgoing with their looks. It generally is INFPs, but I stand by my statement. Portland, Oregon is an INFP city, but if anybody wants to argue with me on that, feel free to do that in the comments. I will tell you exactly why I think it's an INFP city. Anyway, going back to the main point of this video, which is INFPs have different subtypes. What I think the main subtypes are, to me, there seems to be the artist INFP. There's the poet/writer INFP. There's the service industry INFP. There's also the kind of like the computer, more like gamer, geeky INFP. And then what else? There's also the kind of humanitarian INFP. There's also the protester INFP, which is kind of humanitarian. That I would just group that all together. I think those are the main types that I've noticed. The most frequent INFPs that I have noticed are the ones that are very like, let's see, they're very artistic, and that's generally the one that I see the most. The one that just walks around, is kind of brooding a little bit, and kind of has this like, you know, like this this intensity, this intense aura that you just feel it when you see them. And oftentimes you can find them alone, which is very surprising. INFP females are so independent. Like I've seen so many INFPs that are just like by themselves. Like INFP females just by themselves, even in cities like Portland, where it's, you know, it's not necessarily the safest, to be honest. So it's very surprising, but I very much admire that individuality, that independence. That's something that really, you know, something that I really admire.